Hello, everyone. My name is Hanxu Shi, one of the RPG students from Public Health, University of Hong Kong. I'm very happy to talk here, and I will thanks for my supervisor, Dr. Hall's help for this project. Okay, my topic is parental smoking next to the children, perceived effects, protective actions, and any changes. This is a qualitative pilot study. And as we all know, children are especially vulnerable to the second-hand and third-hand smoke at home, whose known health risks include respiratory infections, ear infections, asthma attacks, and hyperactivity. Despite only the decreased rates of smoking in Hong Kong, still have 50.8% children exposed to the second-hand smoke at home in Hong Kong. So among children who were living with families who used the cigarettes, 2/3 of fathers was about 65.7%, and 1/6 of mothers, about 15.7%, were smokers. So there are 4 objectives we want to set up. The first one is to explore children's perceived effects of SHS and THS exposure at home on themselves. And the second one is to investigate parents' perceived effects of SHS and THS exposure at home on their children. And the third one is to determine the efforts made to protect children from SHS or THS exposure at home. And the fourth one is to investigate any changes of smoking parents 1 month after viewing the short video. So we conducted interviews in 10 families. At the first stage, we offered some questions for children and their mothers related with the smoking fathers about the smoking behaviors, children's perceived effects of SHS or THS at home on themselves, and other related questions. And afterwards, we made a short video which contained the important perceptions about the children and non-smoking mother for each father, respectively. And we interviewed the smoking fathers with their perceived effects of SHS or THS exposure at home on their children. Finally, we following up on the status of SHS or THS exposure after viewing the short video 1 month at the final stage. So the interview data were input using the NVivo 12 for data management and coding. And in the initial data analysis, we individually viewed and coded transcripts and then met to examine consistency of coding. We used deductive and inductive analysis until reaching the data saturation, and the emerged themes were reviewed. So I want to talk about the 4 important findings. The first one is the children's and non-smoking mothers' perceived effects of SHS and THS exposure on children at home. I found lots of children said, I thought my lungs would be worsened and my noses felt uncomfortable when exposed to smoke at home. And also had children said, I felt cigarette smoke was so mild, I didn't like it. And also had child said, I was curious about the taste of cigarettes. Why was my father willing to smoke it, though it smells unpleasant? And lots of mothers said she was quite worried about family's health, especially for her child. And she felt mad and had quarrels with his husband when he exposed the secondhand smoke at home, and she concerned about their health. And also had mother said her husband used cigarettes outside, she believed it would not affect it. And also had mother said he never used in the at home since their child was born. And also had mother said and also had mother gradually receive it, though thought it was harmful. The second findings is the smoking father's perceived effects of SHS and THS exposure at home on their child and negative emotions with self and their children. Some fathers said he knew it was harmful for his family, especially for his child, but he gave up for a short time since his child born, but he used it again because of the work issues and other issues. And also had father said his child always told him to stop smoking and become a good father. He was mad at himself, so he tried to quit use it and never smoke next to his child and at home. And also had father said he needs to socialize, so it was hard to stop using it, though he understand he was supposed to become a good parent and to quit the smoking. And also few fathers felt no good because their families didn't mind smoking at home. And even though they said they never used it next to their children as much as possible. So for the third findings is actions to protect children from SHS and THS at home. Father always said, I usually used cigarettes in the kitchen with ventilator on or in the toilet with shut on the door, and or at the window tried his best let the whole body go outside. Also had father said he rinsed his mouth and washed his hands after using it. For the last finding is the following up findings. Most fathers said he didn't use the cigarettes at home using the e-cigarettes alternatively, and he has started to quit the cigarettes. And also had father said their families didn't care about his smoking, so he felt no changes of this. For the relationships, majority of the father concentrated more on their families, especially for their children's feelings, and they would like to spend more time to accompany with their children. So they thought their relationship became better. And for the fathers themselves, physical health, they felt they had better oral health and felt more energetic after smoking less. And also had father said he cannot stand quitting smoking due to he felt very tired and felt agitated. Okay, I think that's all my presentation, and thanks for listening. I want to thank for my supervisor, Dr. Horst again, and all the team members. Thanks.